Hi everyone, and welcome to Cinnamon. Today I'm going to show you how I made a cake for a friend of mine, her daughter, who was turning 3, who was very interested in all things animals. First we started with a tier that I iced in chocolate brown, and I just kind of squished it. Instead of going straight up, I just kind of made some little extra squishes to kind of look at like wood, like kind of like bamboo. I used an icing tip 104. I made some leaves with green fondant using my leaf cutter and just added some slices to it. For the sign, I just made a rectangle and we add some boards and some wood look to it using our tools. I like to add a little bit of extra detail by putting some knots in the wood and kind of cutting the ends of the boards to make it look like they were put together. And then we're going to actually cut some pieces to cover the dowels, and that way we can place it on the back of the sign, and once it's dry we can place it on the cake, but it needs to solidify first, so I just put it aside and let it dry for usually overnight, but in this case I think it actually was dry within about 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours. With the elephant, it's actually pretty simple. You just make a ball with an extra snout and then some other balls to squish into ears. Add some details with your tools. Make sure the ears are blended into the head, especially on the back. And then we just kind of pop a couple of black dots in there for the eyes and add some extra details on the trunk with your tool. And then the body, I kind of have a little bit narrower at the top. I add a tail and then 4 equal size balls that I just kind of press a little bit narrower into a little more of a cylindrical shape to make the legs. He's one of the simplest ones actually. The lion, which is next here, was a little more difficult. This is all the orange I had, so I had to quickly grab a piece of it to make the tip of the tail. But yeah, all the legs are the same size, and as you can see, they're just kind of like slightly narrower at one end. And then I had 2 extra balls for the ears, which you can see there. The tail I add to the body, which is the same shape as the elephant's. The lion is very similar to the elephant, except for the mane and the head, actually. What I did here is cut the one side and layered it so that it's a double layer. And then I had 1 extra piece that I made sure I put on as kind of like the front hair in front of the ears. Shape the ears and you put them in place. Make sure you got your spots for your eyes. And then a little pink nose will go right on the front, with the only detailing really that's needed is for the mouth. Next I did the monkey. All you need is some darker brown and some lighter brown fondant. As you can see, 2 small balls for the bottom, the eyes, and 1 for the nose. Add some ears and some black eyes in there and just a couple of dots with the tool. And the body is just a lot longer than the others, a little skinnier. All the legs, again, same size balls that I just made them all into more of a cylindrical, longer shape. And then of course there's the tummy. I forgot to add the belly button until later, but I did add it. No worries. And the tail is very important because we all needed a long tail in the monkey. I placed him right directly onto the cake. I added a little bit of water to him in order to have him stick to the leaves that I had added around the base of the second layer. For the zebra, best thing to do is to start with your white. You don't really want to work with your black too much because the color can blend into your white and then you'll have a bit of a gray zebra. Once again, 4 legs, same size. I just elongated them all. I added hoofs to them with the black, blended them in, used some water to touch the ends of them to keep them together a little stickier and make them stay. And I just kind of blended them on there. The tail was cute. I always like doing the tails. And the head, again, a little longer. I actually have the bottom of the head wider than the top because it's kind of got a little bit of an Eeyore look. And then added a neck to it. With enough space, I wanted to put a mane on him. Mane is done similarly to what I did for the lion. Add some ears and some eyes, just the same as the others. The stripes were a little bit trickier. I just made a tiny little thin snake and then tried to add them using water because the fondant was already drying and it didn't want to stick very well. But touching it with my fingers, it just wanted to come off right away onto my hands. So make sure you put in your little nose dots with your tool. Added a few little pink flowers just around the green layer. And I really wanted to add a water animal because, well, I mean, come on, it's the zoo. So we made a little alligator and shaped his head and made it some nice big spot for his eyes there. Made it look like he had a bit of a frowny face and big nostrils. The thing that really makes the alligator stand out is when you add in all the little lines to make his skin look more like an alligator. Oh, the flower was interesting. That one you just kind of cut out a flower and then I put a ball in the center and wrapped the leaves around it. Then you just need to attach this guy with some icing and he's done. I put my icing tip with multiple little dots. I can't remember the name of the tip. I'll put it in the comments there. But it makes grass. It's really, really nice. Put all your guys on the top with your sign. Add a little bit more grass and it is complete. This one took a long time to do. I was up until 1 in the morning working on this guy. And the little girl was extremely happy with her zoo cake. Fun little fact, the top layer, I think it was just the top layer, I kind of did a bit of a zebra effect with chocolate and vanilla cake on the inside. You don't get to see that with this video, but yeah, you just kind of plop the different colors in at different times and you end up with a little bit of a zebraing, marbling effect. I was very happy with how it turned out. Little animals are all so cute. I hope that this video can help you if you plan on making a zoo cake yourself. Little animal critters are a lot of fun to make and they can be very simplistic. I hope you enjoyed this video and if you like this one, please click like, and if you'd like to see more like it, then subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week.